Social Studies, Chapter 5, Section 1. The French, the British, the Spanish, and the Netherlands all wanted fur. The British and the French went to the Ohio River Valley, which started war. The British and the French had Native American friends. The Iroquois sided with the British, and the rest sided with the French, which made the French and Indian War. And that ended up making the Albany Plan of Union and the Treaty of Paris. The Albany Plan of Union was formed to create one general government. The Treaty of Paris made the French give all their land, most of their land, to the British. The French gave their land to the British. Section 2. Pontiac led an attack on the British. A lot of Indians joined them and ended up taking all the British troops. That was called the French and Indian War. The Proclamation of 1763 stopped people from living west of the Appalachian Mountains. The British taxed almost everything now, like molasses, wills, diplomas, marriage papers, newspapers, almanacs, playing cards, dice, and tea. Colonists got so mad that they threw all the tea into the Boston harbor. Later, people started fighting in the streets, and that caused the Boston Massacre. Section 3. The British decided to do a surprise attack. They lined up many people at Lexington and Concord to seize all the colonists' weapons. But the colonists caught them and were shouting, "The British are coming." The first shot heard that started the battles of Lexington and Concord were called the shot heard around the world. Just let it go.
Fishing and smashing over the horizon, what can it be? The pilgrims sailed the sea to find a place to call their own. In their ship Mayflower, they hoped to find a better home. They finally knocked on Plymouth Rock, and someone said, "We're there." It may not look like home, but at this point I don't care. Oh, they were missing Mother England. They swore their loyalty until the very end. Anything you say, King, it's okay, King. You know it's kind of scary on your own. Gonna build a new land the way we planned. Could you help us run it till it's grown? They planted corn, you know. They built their houses one by one. And bit by bit they worked until the colonies were done. They looked around, yeah, up and down, and someone said, "Hooray! If the king could only see us now, he would be proud of us today." They knew that now they'd run their own land. But George III still vowed he'd rule them to the end. Anything I say, do it my way now. Anything I say, do it my way. Don't you get to feeling independent, 'cause I'm gonna force you to obey. He taxed their property, he didn't give them any choice. didn't give them any voice. That's called taxation without representation, and it's not fair. But when the colonies complained, the king said, I don't care. He even has the nerve to tax our cup of tea. To put it kindly, king, we really don't agree. Gonna show you how we feel. We're gonna dump this tea. Turn this harbor into the biggest cup of tea in history. They wanted no more mothering land. They knew the time had come for them to take command. It's very clear you're being unfair, king. No matter what you say, we won't obey. Gonna hold a revolution now, king, and we're gonna run it all away with no more king.
We're gonna elect a president.
No more king.
He's gonna do what the people want.
No more king.
We're gonna run things our way.
No more king.
Nobody's gonna tell us what to do.
Rocking and a rolling, sishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks like it's going to be a free country.
The British are coming! The British are coming! Now the ride of Paul Revere set the nation on its ear, and the shock at Lexington heard round the world. When the British fired in the early dawn, the War of Independence had begun. The die was cast, the rebel flag unfurled, and on to Concord marched the foe to seize the arsenal. There you know, waking folks, searching all around, till our militia stopped them in their tracks. At the old North Bridge, we turned them back and chased those redcoats back to Boston town. And the shout heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your powder, take your gun, report to General Washington. Hurry in, there's not an hour to lose. Now at famous Bunker Hill, even though we lost, it was quite a thrill. The rebel Colonel Prescott proved he was wise. Outnumbered and low on ammunition, as the British stormed his position, he said, hold your fire till you see the whites of their eyes. Though the next few years were rough, General Washington's men proved they were tough. Those hungry, ragged boys would not be beat. One night they crossed the Delaware, surprised the Hessians in their lair, and at Valley Forge they just bundled up their feet. Now the shout heard round the world was the start of the revolution. The Minutemen were ready on the move. Take your blanket, take your son, report to General Washington. We got our rights and now it's time to prove. Well, they showed such determination that they won the admiration of countries across the sea like France and Spain, who loaned the colony ships and guns and put the British on the run, and the Continental Army on its feet again. And though they lost some battles too, the Americans swore they see it through. Their raiding parties kept up hit and run. At Yorktown, the British could not retreat, bottled up by Washington and the French fleet. Cornwallis surrendered, and finally we had one winner. The shout heard round the world, to the end of the revolution. The Continental rabble ruled the day, and the father of our country beat the British there at Yorktown, and brought freedom to you and me.